Hey everyone, it's springtime. You know what that means, strawberry shortcake season. Strawberries are coming into season right now where we are, and they are so delicious in strawberry shortcake. I'm going to teach you a new recipe that's featured in our Season's Best. It is called Easy Strawberry Shortcake, and oh my gosh, it is probably the easiest thing I've ever seen. I feel funny even showing you how to make this because it's that simple. It starts with an everyday rock crock, and I know some of you have the rock crock and maybe you want some new ideas of what you can do with it, so I'm going to show you this easy recipe. So before I came here with all of you, I went ahead and prepared 2 pounds, so one of those giant packages of fresh strawberries. I took all of the hulls out and put them in the pan. Now the original recipe calls for you to do this in the oven, but I did it in the microwave and it's so fast. So in here is 2 pounds of hulled strawberries, some sugar, some cornstarch, and lemon. And I'm going to take my mix and chop and I'm just going to crush these strawberries so they're soft because I had this in the microwave for 5 minutes. So everything is already starting to cook. And it's more like, almost more like a cobbler type recipe. So if you're thinking, you know, the strawberry shortcakes I usually have are cold. These cold strawberries. Well, this is, these are cooked. So it's almost like if you like strawberry pie or cobbler, you're going to love this. All right. So these are pretty much chopped up. By the way, if you love to make jam, this is wonderful when you're making jams as well. All right, that is all set. Now here's the fun part. I don't really bake very often with self-rising flour. I just never have, but I've discovered this is a really great cheat. It has all the leavening stuff in it. So we're gonna take 2 cups and we're gonna put it in the batter bowl. The trickiest thing about this self-rising flour is that you might rip the bag opening it. So I need a cup and then another cup. We've got a leveler, but I'm just giving it a little shake. So 2 cups of self-rising flour, and then I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And you know what? I measure cinnamon, I always go a little more. Do you do that? A little extra. So give that a little bit of a toss. And there's one more ingredient. Can you guess what it is? Heavy whipping cream. So we need 1.5 cups of that. Using the Easy Read measuring cups. I love these. And then kind of like when you're making biscuits, you don't want to overmix this. So just kind of stir it till it comes together. And that's all we're gonna need. So sometimes when you're making biscuits, it calls for just milk and then some butter. Your heavy whipping cream combines that milk with the extra fat. So super easy. All right, you see how it's all coming together? Kind of looks like biscuit dough. So once your flour is all incorporated, you know you're done. And you know what? I think I need just a little bit more. Do you see how it's still kind of dry? I'm not gonna add a lot because when you're making biscuits, you don't want to go way too much. I don't want it super wet, just enough to finish off this. My flour measurements were not very precise. Okay, we got it. Okay, so we're gonna use the large scoop and I'm just gonna portion all of this biscuit mixture right on top of the hot strawberry mixture. So if you prefer to bake this in the oven, that's what the original recipe instructions call for. I did it in the microwave. So all you do for the microwave is 5 minutes with the strawberries, and then you're gonna add the biscuit dough and go for 9 more minutes, and dessert is ready. So I will post in the comments how to bake it, and which is the traditional way, and then I'll also post the recommendations if you want to do it in the microwave. So basically you want to fill this all up, and if you have the Rock Crock Dutch oven, you can totally make that this recipe in that pan. So we've got it almost all portioned out here. There's a little bit left. How simple is that rising, that self-rising flour? That's incredible. Okay, so that means you don't need baking powder or baking soda. All right, get that last little bit. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna stick this in the microwave. I don't think I need to cover it. Let me double check that. Don't wanna mess it up. Bake uncovered. So it's gonna microwave uncovered as well. Stick it in, and then I'll show you how to make a really yummy topping. So just 9 minutes, instant gratification. So since strawberry shortcake oftentimes has whipped cream, we're gonna do some of that here too. So I've got extra whipped cream in here, and with the whipped cream maker, if you've not seen this before, you like my shirt, huh? Whip it good? We're gonna whip it good right here. So this has a frosted line right here. We're gonna go not above that, so it has room to rise and get really fluffy. Now, I don't usually measure everything when I make the whipped cream, so you can kind of eyeball it, about a half a teaspoon or so of vanilla. And then, you know what? I'm gonna make this a spiced whipped cream. So I'm gonna add about a quarter teaspoon or so of cinnamon to this. Sometimes I add a tablespoon of cocoa powder, and that's really good. And then we're gonna add some powdered sugar. So I usually do about 2 tablespoons or so. This much. You don't need to measure it. Kind of have a joke that you don't ever have to measure sour cream, powdered sugar, or Cool Whip. But this stuff is way better than Cool Whip. So you put it all together, and we're gonna pump it for about 30 seconds. And it's gonna become a nice, thick whipped cream that is delicious on anything, especially a dollop on top of your coffee. Okay, you guys can't see this, but it's starting to separate a little bit, and that's how I know it's just about done. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, it's still kind of soft, so I'm gonna do it just a little bit more. Sometimes I find certain brands, I swear, don't have the same. My dog, she loves it when I do whipped cream. She thinks she's getting some. She doesn't, but I swear she can smell it. And the cat's the same way. All right, this is good. Okay, so we're gonna look at that. Reach through the screen and just get yourself a little bit of that. It's so yummy. All right, when you're done making your whipped cream, the bottom that was preventing it from skidding can serve as your lid. So you can have this in your coffee, on top of berries, whatever you like, and you'll have it. It'll be perfect every single time. So there you have it. I will post some pictures of the finished product here in just a couple minutes. Go make yourself some strawberry shortcake. It'll make it seem like it's a sunny day, no matter what the weather is where you live. Have a good night.